federal lawmaker representing Kosovo Federal Constituency of Lagos State, Honorable Kafila Togbara, has called on the federal, state governments and well-meaning Nigerians to join hands in catering for out-of-school children. She said young people should be given a voice to properly prepare them for the future. Speaking with the media at the National Children Leadership Conference organized by CALDAF, she said there is need to get young people involved in everything in the society and commended the organizers of the program for the gesture in nurturing the younger generation.
Well, my clarion call, first of all, is for all of us as individuals. All of us, you don't have to be rich to do it, to adopt a child today. A child that is out of school today, because the percentage of children that are out of school as we speak today in Nigeria is 1 child out of 3 children is out of school everywhere in Nigeria as we speak. And for your information, we have about 60% of this number of children that are girls. And apart from that, this population constitutes about 15% of the world population of children that are out of school. So it means that Nigeria is taking the large chunk of the world population of children that are out of school. And this calls for an emergency, it calls for our proactiveness, it calls for all of us to be called to act. So we need to act as mothers, as parents, as policy makers, as government, as, even if our governors can adopt 5 children that are out of school, this will go a long way to remove a huge number of children and put them back to school.
Concerned about the over 58 million vulnerable Nigerian children who continue to face challenges including malnutrition, food insecurity, lack of access to quality healthcare and education, insurgency, child labor and other welfare issues, the Nigerian Children's Parliament has employed the federal and state government to urgently ensure that functional children parliaments are established at all levels of government and that the federal government and United Nations adopt the CALDAF African National Children Leadership Conference as a model policy innovation program for children's leadership development.
I actually had to sacrifice all that because of my passion for advocacy, and I was like, I'm advocating for children to go to school. I need to put serious in my school also, and lead by example also. So I had to actually cut out leisure activities. My friends were even angry with me. I had a lot of issues with my friends. They would ask me to go this place. I would always say, I'm working. What type of work are you doing? You're not a big man, you understand? Stuff like this. So I actually had to cut out everything. I focused solely on my education in my major time.
Able to improve
and I was able to catch up on my grades.
Thank you very much.
Consider your challenges as your key points or something that you should learn from. Yes, consider your challenges as stepping stones, and don't ever let anything make you stop.
Founder of CALDAF, Honorable Bamidele Salam, emphasized on the need for children to be active participants in shaping the future. This, he said, is to promote national cohesion, loyalty, unity, integration, as well as foster patriotism among the participants who cut across the north, south, east and west of the country. Country Director, Plan International Nigeria, Charles Use, lawmakers and other stakeholders at the event commended the organizers and harped on the need for children to be educated. Children were urged to build relationships that would help them achieve their objective in life.
It's about health, it talks about education for all. The Sustainable Development Goal says every young person must be educated. It talks about food. It says no young person deserves to go hungry. That all of us as young people must have adequate food. In fact, it says no young person should be caught in conflict. You should not be affected by any conflict that is happening. But currently, we have a lot of young people who are suffering because of some of the conflict that is happening in Nigeria.
I believe in something deliberate needs to be done between our generation and the younger generation. I'm one of those that believe in those 3 E's or 5 E's now, that we have to be very deliberate in doing it. The social media has widened the gap between our generation, the older generation, and the younger generation. And I strongly believe it's high time we start having intergenerational coming together so that we can share knowledge.
Meanwhile, the Children's Parliament tasked the federal government to channel a substantial percentage of the savings accrued into improving and expanding access to quality education at all levels in the 2025 budget. Anieti Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.